Sinister 2 is a sequel to the surprisingly good movie Sinister that came out a few years ago. I really enjoyed it, and a lot of other people did as well, and now we have another one. What is going on with this image? I can see it in the screen. What the hell? Am I in a Sinister tape? Oh my god! Okay, this is much better. I don't know what that was. That was crazy. Sinister 2 is the sequel to the surprisingly successful Sinister film that I actually really enjoyed, and now we have another one because that's how these horror films work. They're cheap to make, they can make a whole bunch of them, and maybe they can make money, and they don't really give a shit, clearly, because this one... In this film, a mother is in the middle of a custody dispute with her 2 children and a husband that she would really like to divorce who is abusive. And the deputy from the first film is still investigating the whole Bagul thing, this creature that haunts children that gets involved with these videotapes in some way, and these creepy tapes are made in which people are killed, and someone always finds these tapes and plays them. And they're trying in a lot of ways to bring back elements from that first film that everyone thought was very creepy, like the tapes. The tapes were by far the creepiest, most disturbing element of the first film. In this film, though, they're trying to find an excuse or a reason for why the young boy in this movie would want to watch all these tapes every night. There really is no real reason. I mean, when you really watch this film and you see this kid continuously watching these horrific tapes over and over again, they're trying to make us think that it makes sense in some way because of this really stupid plot element that the kid needs to watch these tapes for a very dumb reason. But in reality, it's just, hey, the first Sinister had creepy tapes, so that the second one has to also have creepy tapes. There's no real reason. There just needs to be creepy tapes. But the thing that I thought was very effective about the first Sinister was how psychological it was. It wasn't a very gory film. It wasn't a film that relied on excess. It wasn't like Saw or Hostel. Sinister 2 starts to go in that direction with increasingly more elaborate and disturbing tapes that felt kind of like if you watched the Final Destination death scenes, except they were filmed with a crappy camera and made it look very old and cut it together in a creepy way. There's these big traps that are set up and these things that have to happen, and CGI is implemented now, and it's nowhere near as scary as it was the first time. The other issue is the whole story is so weak and flimsy. It's a scene-to-scene setup in which you're waiting for some sort of loud payoff. It's not filled with false scares like, say, The Gallows was, but there are still tons and tons of scenes in which Bagul is randomly in a mirror, or a computer screen, or in a doorway just standing there, and you begin to wonder, what does this guy actually do? Does he just stand around for the audience in the theater to see, and no one else? There are some elements of this film that work for me. For one, I really like the setting, the location. I love creepy farms. I find cornfields extremely suspenseful. The main weight of this film's drama comes with the mother and her custody dispute with an abusive husband. But these characters are portrayed in such a fake and over-the-top way. They're movie characters, especially the husband. And what I mean by that is you can just tell this isn't real. These guys are acting in a scene, and that's really damaging. However, I'm not sure if I pronounced her name correctly, but Shannyn Sossamon or Sossamon or something along those lines. She's really great as a mother, and she's by far the best thing in this movie. I found the first Sinister to be a suspenseful film that was surprising, that was psychologically disturbing, and very creepy. This film's story has been stretched to its full capacity, and far beyond that. Its tapes are excessively violent in an unnecessary way, to the point where it almost comes off like a Saw movie. And I haven't even got to the child performances yet, which I really didn't think were very good, and unfortunately, a large portion of this movie's heft relies on those kids being good, and I didn't think they were. So I gotta give Sinister 2 a D+. I think it's a largely missed opportunity, and I really hope this doesn't become a franchise in which the gimmick is just, what can we do in the creepy tapes over and over again? Now, I still got reviews for Hitman Agent 47 as well as American Ultra coming. I apologize for the lateness of these reviews. As some of you may know, I was in Chicago at WizardCon. I had a great time there, and now I'm back, and I'm going to catch up on all those reviews. Thank you so much, as always, for watching, guys. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.